Good morning. Okay, this is post-workout, but pre-shower. But I had some time, so I wanted to hop on here and do a couple Q&A from the challenge from last week. I didn't have a chance to get to all the questions last week, so I wanted to follow up and just remind you that you can still do this, even if you missed a couple days last week or end of the week got crazy. It can take 10 days to do a 5-day challenge. I've been there. So no shame if you're still going to play catch up or you haven't gotten everything. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. I'd love to help you through that too. Just let me know where I can help you. Anyhow, okay, so a couple questions, and it was, I'm still struggling. I'm still having a hard time doing this, and the frustration feeling, right? Is anyone else kind of feeling frustrated that you're like, I just keep breathing with my chest? And I want to say that's okay. It's actually would be kind of phenomenal if all of a sudden in 5 days you learned how to stop breathing with your chest and use your diaphragm. That would be remarkable. It took me like 6 months to learn how to do this on a more regular basis. And sure, every now and then I still do catch myself not taking good inhales, and that's no big deal. You don't need to beat yourself up about it. We just need to go, oh, okay, whoops, let's fix that. And you'll start to feel better. The more you do it and the more consistently you do it, the easier it's going to get and the better you're going to feel. And once it's your automatic response, your body will find it easier and it'll go to it first. So that's the really exciting part. It might be work now, but it won't be work later. There will come a point where it won't be work. It'll be what you do. So stick with it. Go ahead and message me every time, like, hey, I'm belly breathing, or shoot, I cut myself. That's okay. Like, that's what I'm here for. You can set reminders on your phone, things like that. Seriously, people do that for water. Did you know that you can set water reminders on your phone to go drink water? You can do that for breathing too. There's not like an app for breathing, I don't think, but you could certainly set an alarm as just an idea to make that happen. Another question I was getting is, how do I know if my course is better? Is it working better? Okay, that's a hard one for me to answer, but I love it. I love that you're concerned and you want to know how to do this, because I think that's awesome. There's too many of us that are going around, with core dysfunction. We've got all sorts of pains, or bodies aren't looking or working the way that we want them to. We don't feel so great. So this is really important, and that's why I'm doing this, because I think your core it's the foundation for everything, right? I think it's so cool. It's actually called your core, right? It's the core. Without it, what are we? Anyways, so how do you know? And I would say a good way to kind of check is go back to the assessment that we did on day 1 and do those 3 moves again. Do the cough test and maybe prep yourself this time. Okay, how is it supposed to go now that you can't unknow it? But see if you can get that. Can you get that lift and close to cough from your pelvic floor? Think about, okay, lift my pelvic floor as I start to cough. Can you do the assessment maybe a little bit better than you did last time? The cough test was on there, and then did we do the diastasis check in there? I think that's what we did. I should double check. It's been like a week. I can't remember things. But so it's kind of like a crunch, but see if you can get that lift with the pelvic floor and that close with your TVA, your corset muscle, as you curl up, because that might help flatten your ridge. Again, remember, the separation is not necessarily the problem. It's more of what happened that got you the separation. And then, we do need to make sure we can build some tension. We want to achieve, I know, sorry, my dog is like, Mom, that was not a long enough walk, but my hands were freezing. Try the assessment again. And then especially, there were several of you that I know you're having trouble getting the finger below the belly button, which if you have no idea what I'm talking about, go back to day 1. I know. I'll let you, but it's multitasking. Sorry. He was totally content. It's just like a kid. The belly button, where that's the one we were talking about. Knowing okay, well, what if I lift my pelvic floor? What if I exhale maybe just a little bit to get it? And that's okay. But if you start to get it, you'll get it. It'll just take some time. It takes some practice. Another one on that little tip, now that you even know that, okay, where it should be coming in on that bottom below your belly button, that's all connected pelvic floor, TVA. If that's the part that's kind of still the tricky part for you, see if you can push out your tummy. Just a little bit. Don't push hard. See if you can push out, almost let it go and then pull it back in. Those muscles you use to pull it back in, that's part of your TVA. As long as you're not feeling the pressure go down, you're doing really, really well. So those are the questions I wanted to wrap up with today. Does anyone on here, there are a couple of you, have any other questions? You guys know you can message me anytime. We'll come on and do this. I don't mind. It's kind of fun. You just have to listen to me randomly ramble. So from here, I sent out a couple more emails, I think, over the weekend, kind of recapping. I even put all of the daily challenges together in one PDF document for you. If you kind of missed a couple here and there, or you want to just have them all in one concise location, I totally get that. So there is an email that came out with those for you. And don't forget, there's the free 5-day trial of the first 6. So if you haven't done that yet and you want to, go ahead and do it. You can share your progress, ask your questions about that in this group right here. You can post in, we'll celebrate your success, and we'll answer your questions as they come up as well. So I think and then what I'm going to do with it. Okay, so if you're still having trouble, like you're on day 1 right now, that's okay. This can be an ongoing challenge. You can always come back and find these videos and post your results from the assessment on there. I'll be monitoring them. I'll set the notifications. I think I can do that so I get flagged. But they are going to move within the next couple of days. I'm going to set up a unit. There's some setting in this group, which Facebook could change at any time, right? Where I can set up a unit where I can house all these videos together, which is kind of cool because then you could just go through it one at a time. So that's the plan. That's going to be my afternoon little job here. So thank you guys again. I hope you enjoyed the challenge. I would love your feedback as well. If there's something that really stuck out to you, if there's something that maybe you think I could have explained a little differently or done in a different order that would make more sense to you, definitely, it's not going to hurt my feelings. I would appreciate your honest, constructive feedback. So you can shoot me a message, and that would be perfect. I might even send out an email with that too. Maybe. Okay. Afternoon job number 2, right? All right. Well, if you are in town here in Altus, stay warm. And no matter where you are, this is a great chance. It's Monday to start the week off healthy and fresh. Make good choices. That's all I'm going to say. Okay. Until next time.